Hello, we're live. I've decided to awkwardly play the guitar while I wait for people to join. Hello? What is going on? Was I gone or was I here for the last 3 minutes? Where was I? Oh, immediately plays the wrong chord. Cool. I froze. Okay. I was too stunned to speak. Hey guys, what's up? I was staring into your souls. Why am I playing the wrong chord? I don't even know what I'm playing. I just wanted to play a little. What? Wait, what? Excuse me? Did Mariah Carey really release a new album, or am I being scammed right now? Okay. Hold on. We've had an emergency. I am going to Mariah Carey's Instagram. This is very serious to me. I don't follow her. Yeah, I guess I don't. Oops. Okay, now I'm following her. She teased a new album. Oh my god, she did. But is it going to be one of those like fake drops where it's like a different version of the album she already put out? Or is it going to be an actual new album? I'm so excited. It's her 16th album. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh, it did. Okay. It said MC6. Okay. Okay. It's happening. Wow. This will be fun to, maybe I can edit this into the video. Me discovering that it was coming out. Okay. Yeah. The Miley album. Girl. Okay. The Miley album unfortunately didn't work out for a reaction. I couldn't get into it. Yeah. I listened to all the way up till Easy Lover, including Easy Lover, and I just could not really get through it. I had to stop. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people like it, say it's her best album. That's fine. I just could not vibe to it. Sabrina Carpenter. I follow her. Where's she at? Now I'm looking up Sabrina. Hold on. Just hold the front door. I don't recall her teasing anything, but I also tend to miss things. Okay, so she did tease something 8 hours ago. Okay. It would be nice to see your reactions to the album. Yeah, I'm totally open to making content, even if I'm not a huge fan of the music. The problem is I just couldn't even bring myself to listen to the rest of it. I just was not feeling it at all. Maybe in another setting, on another day of the week, it would hit harder. Maybe I just wasn't in the mood. But I couldn't. The thing is, the first interlude kind of lost me because I'm so tired of interludes. So when I got to that part, I was just like, it annoyed me that there was an interlude, if I'm being completely real. Yeah, I want the new Madonna music too. Will you listen to Addison's album? Yeah, I want to, potentially. I don't know if I'm gonna vibe to it. I didn't really vibe with her last single, Fame as a Gun. Yeah, I didn't vibe to it. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna vibe to the album, but I definitely want to at least give it a try. I will say I'm going to be out of town from June 6th until like June 10th. So I am not going to have a chance to listen to Marina's album right away. And I do plan on reacting to it. I'm excited. Yep, I know it's coming on Friday. I will not have a chance to listen to it until like June 10th or June 11th. So do not expect my reaction to be quick. You only liked one song. I love the song Something Beautiful. I think it's absolutely beautifully made. But that's the only one of the singles that I really liked. More to Lose was decent. Like, I don't know. I wasn't a huge fan of it. Like, it was pretty. It was pretty. I don't know. I don't know. I can't pretend like I'm a stan of the album when I'm not. But I haven't listened to the full thing. I only listened to like half of it. My whole thing is like Addison Rae, I just think is putting out too many singles. I'm not a fan of when people put out like 1,200 singles before the album drops because then I feel like it takes away from the anticipation of the album coming out. That is just my personal opinion. Obviously, like you can disagree with that. But yeah, I feel like we've gotten so many singles that I'm like kind of overloaded. Yeah, I'm so excited because Marina has been dropping like little teasers of the songs, and I've heard a couple of them. I'm absolutely obsessed with the teaser for I Heart You. I think it's so cute and fun. We need to speak about Mariah's mental state before we say anything about her next work. Her next work hasn't even come out, so trust me, I'm not about to say anything mean. I don't know anything about her mental state currently. Obviously, I haven't even gotten into her music until recently, so I really have no idea how she's doing these days. Let me know what I should know. I know she's had a hard life, right? Like she's had a lot of struggles, and I imagine being in the industry has not helped any of those things to get better. And then, now being how old is she now? And having all that experience. And yeah, I have no idea what her current life is like. Dragonette. Well, that's a fun name. Yeah, my Prince reaction was a fun time. I love those first two songs I listened to. I've been listening to those a lot. Kiss and Little Red Corvette. I have gone back to both of those. And then we have the other ones that, yeah, I didn't like it, obviously, but I thought it was entertaining, at least. I thought my reaction was at least entertaining. But yeah. Do you know who Tiana Taylor is? No, I don't. I don't think I've heard of her. Update on what you think about Prince? I mean, I only listened to 5 songs from him and he has 40 albums. So I really can't say for sure, like, whether or not I'm a big fan. I can say that I love Little Red Corvette and Kiss. And yeah, like, I definitely think there's potential there for me to get into him more. So I guess that's the current update. I obviously think he's very talented. It's just a matter of like, do I vibe? Am I going to continue vibing with his work? I think I would have to listen to like a couple of his albums, obviously. Maybe someday, like maybe at some point, I don't know. I can't like do it right this second, but I mean, you never know when I'll feel inspired to make that video, to be honest. The interlude is for the film. Oh, okay. I thought it was maybe for the tour. I'm just sick of interludes. Like, it's not anything personal to her. I'm just generally so sick of interludes. Her mental state doesn't affect her work. She's just medicated with bipolar med. It doesn't mean she's crazy. Two singles should be the max capacity before dropping an album, especially if the project is highly anticipated. Literally make us wait. This is me praising you for this comment because I totally agree. I think 2 is a great amount of singles. Like Lady Gaga, didn't she have 2 singles before the album dropped? I feel like that's perfect. Like that is more than enough to keep me in anticipation. If Lorde keeps dropping singles, I'm going to be like, girl, like, hold off. I feel like I've gotten enough. Man of the Year. And what was that? Like, that's enough for me. That's my personal opinion. When you start dropping singles, it takes away from the weight of the album release. And then the album comes out and you're like, I've already heard half of these songs. Like, I don't even feel like listening to it in order. I just want to listen to the songs that I haven't heard yet. And it takes away from the whole experience. I feel very passionately about this, even though I have been listening to all of Addison's singles, even if I haven't made videos. So I do confess that I could have just held off on listening, and I did check them out. So that's my own doing. French Girls by Dove Cameron. I haven't had a chance to listen. I will keep that in mind. Interludes and albums don't work unless you're Ariana Grande. Real. I mean, there's certain albums that I think an interlude can work on. In my opinion, it has to have something really unique and something super impactful within it. Like, I felt like the interlude on Miley's album, it just felt like a transition, like a tour transition or for the film. And so I was like, girl, it's just, I just hate interludes. I'm so sorry. I'm bashing today. I'm bashing the interludes. Are you going to react to Lady Gaga tours? Sometimes I wonder, does anyone even want me to do that anymore on my channel? And then people will comment stuff like this. And I'm like, okay, there still are people who want me to do that. So I would like to. I admit I had a whole list of Lady Gaga videos that I was going to film. I was on fire for that woman like never before. And then I just kind of got distracted with other things. I think I got into Britney's discography, and that kind of like distracted me from continuing with the Lady Gaga list that was as long as the longest list you could ever imagine. So if I can like get back into that, you know what I mean? Like, yes, I want to. I just keep getting distracted. You know me, I get distracted by these different things. And I just like, but here's the thing. I need to stop rushing myself and just do things when I feel like doing them. So maybe, you know, just one of her tours started off, and then I don't have to film the next one right away. I could wait a while and do other things. And then like, I just get stressed sometimes trying to decide what to film. It is kind of stressful, which is like, it's a good problem to have. Like, that is not really even a problem. It's just kind of like a fun thing that I need to figure out. But like, having the capacity to be able to film lots of different things is amazing. Okay, not to go on a tangent, but most Janet Jackson and her albums are filled with interludes. Well, that did make me feel better because her albums are literally like 20 songs long. And when I think about sitting down and listening to a 20-song album, I'm just at a point in my life where that feels like just a lot to internalize, especially when I'm listening on camera, because I am listening more intently when I'm on camera. I'm paying attention to things that I wouldn't pay attention to otherwise. So that takes more energy out of me. So when I think about listening intently to a 20-song album, I'm like, girl, it's a lot. But once people told me that a lot of them are interludes, I feel like that makes me feel better. Like maybe they would be easier to get through. I also know that her music just tends to be very layered and kind of unexpected from what I've heard. And so for that reason, also, I feel like it will take a lot of energy out of me because it's something different. But that made me feel kind of better about the whole situation. Like maybe the interludes will be the perfect way to like give my brain a break and just kind of vibe and then get into the next song, if that makes sense. Did you watch the video? I didn't watch the video because I didn't want to like be on my phone watching the video during the live stream. I'll watch it later. So no, I haven't yet. But what was Mariah Carey's last album? It was Caution. Let's see. What? Her last album, no, it was well, she has a lot of different anniversary editions. So when you take those out, her last album was Caution, which I actually really like that album. So I feel pretty excited about her dropping more albums. Hey Groove Pad. Sorry, I haven't like greeted anyone. I just kind of started yapping. Did you watch Janet Jackson AMA? I saw like 2 seconds of it. I was debating doing a video on it. This is the age-old problem I have, okay? I hold off on checking something out because I'm like, maybe I'll film a video on it. I never film a video on it, and then I never end up watching that thing or experiencing that thing. This is a problem that I have. In reality, I should just realize I can't film videos on everything and should just check it out on my own time. But I was like torn, and so I didn't watch the full thing. But I don't think I'll be making a video on it. I don't think I'm going to have time nor the desire to make content so about that. So I think I'll just check it out on my own. Is it worth like watching the full thing? And I liked what I saw. I saw like 2 seconds. But I love that song. And she had it set up like the music video, which was like, oh my gosh, it was really cool. The interludes on Cowboy Carter. I do think those worked. That's my opinion. I love that album. Okay. A lot of people, I have realized a lot of people hate that era, which to each their own, but I enjoyed it. And I do feel like the interludes were good. True. Oh my God. Okay. This is a true point. I feel like since you're going to the Mayhem Ball, you should watch all her tours so you know what you're getting into, even though you saw Chromatica. That's a great point. The problem is the tour's in a month, which is crazy, by the way. I need to like start mentally and physically and spiritually preparing. Wait, or is it in September? Not me, like literally not remembering. I think it's July. Yeah. That's crazy. It's in a month. So I need to start spiritually preparing. So I won't have time to film reactions on every single one of her tours by then. Okay. It takes me like a month to sometimes make those videos. But maybe one tour. I don't know. Now I'm like, I really should have gotten on that sooner. Am I going to check out Kesha's upcoming album? Would I ever consider going back to listen to the rest of her discography? At this point in my life, I don't feel spiritually called to Kesha's discography. But I'm not like against it necessarily. It's just like, I think there are things that are pulling my attention more than that. So possibly we'll check out her album. I'm not sure. Joyride, the lead single, was like, I don't know. I had mixed feelings toward it. So we will see, I guess. TBD. Her Brazil concert is so iconic. The problem too is copyright. Sometimes it just doesn't want to let me post my videos. And that happened with the Mayhem Ball when I tried to react to it. Or sorry, the Coachella performance. The Coachella performance. Not the Mayhem Ball, which I have not seen. And I do not want any spoilers because I'm going next month. And so help me God, if someone like spoils the concert, I will be sad. I also don't like that some artists like to release the first few songs at the beginning of the album. I'm like ready to stand up in agreement with you. Okay. I'm ready to like put this as a tattoo on my face because I feel the same way. And I think that is one of the problems I had when I tried to listen to Something Beautiful because I had already heard the first 3 songs. So I was like, okay, let's like get into it. I've already heard these songs. And then by the time the new songs came around, I was just already kind of, I don't know. I would have preferred like going in completely blind and not knowing the first few songs. I think that makes it more exciting. And I am so over this whole like, let's drop the first 3 songs as singles. It takes away any mystery. Yeah. Yeah. I so agree with that on a spiritual freaking level. Some of Janet's interludes are 5 seconds. She's like, and then she runs away. That wasn't even a chord. That was nothing. That was not even music. Am I going to react to Beautiful Stranger? What's that? Is that a song? A swung? I cannot confirm nor deny. I don't know. Mariah Carey is more of a single type of artist like Kylie Minogue. Personally, I actually really like Mariah's albums. I actually would disagree with this personally. I would say I'm more likely to listen to an album from Mariah in its entirety than I am to go listen to like a few songs. Although I can kind of understand what you're saying because I would say there are always like standout songs from each album I've checked out that I've gone back to way more than any of the other tracks. So in that sense, I do agree with you. But I also think that listening to a Mariah album in its entirety is an experience every single time. And it's always a journey. um Lady Gaga list should be something you do when you feel like it. I agree. I don't want to force anything. Like sometimes I'm just not in the mood for a certain artist. Okay. That happens with everyone. I'll go through months where I just like I don't listen to them. I don't interact with them. Like I still love them, but I'm not like actively seeking out their content. And then I'm just doing other things. And then I come back. I always come back because and obviously, Lady Gaga is one of my favorite artists of all time. She is. I've recently decided that that is true. I can no longer deny it. Lady Gaga's Netflix performance? I don't know what that is. Do you mean the documentary? Hi, Carlos. You know what? I'm doing well. I can't believe it's June. It's my birth month, so I have no plans for my birthday, but it is my birth month. I can't believe it's already June. I'm like totally in denial that that is happening. Like, I know I say this every year. Everyone says this every year, but it's like time really is just flying. What about the interludes in CXOXO? I can't really remember them as vividly. Oh, I do. Oh, I do. I do remember them. They were actually amazing and they were some of my favorite songs on the full album. So, obviously, when I say I hate interludes, I don't mean every single interlude or every single album. I guess I just hate like pointless instrumental interludes that just feel like transitions for the tour. Okay, does that make sense? You have to say something or do something in the in the interlude. I cannot speak. It was um All for You that she performed. I can never remember the name of that song. I always want to say All About That or All About You or like I always mix it up. Um There were people saying Cowboy Carter isn't country, but I'd argue if she made a traditional country album, people would hate it even more. Would you like a milk box to stand on to say this? Because, yes, I agree fully with you. I think that no matter what, people are just going to be unsatisfied with whatever Beyonce does, whatever anyone does that's in the spotlight. Like, there's always going to be people who just are mad or sad or disappointed. So, yeah, it's frustrating, but I'm also not going to say everyone has to like that album, though. It's obviously a very specific thing. And I'm honestly surprised that I liked it as much as I did. But I do think it's frustrating when people just kind of like trash on it. They're like, this is a trash album. It's like, no, baby, you just don't like it. And that's different. Anyway. So if you're going to watch sometimes I kind of skim through. Have you had a chance to reflect on Blonde Ambition? I definitely haven't rewatched it, girl. I have not had the time. I mean, I guess you could consider my editing journey rewatching it because I'm literally rewatching as I'm editing the footage. So if you count that, I have rewatched it many times. Have I had a chance to reflect on it? Yes. Yes, I agree with some people in my comment section who kind of echoed my own personal opinion. And that is, it can be absolutely iconic, legendary, set the tone for the whole thing, the blueprint, whatever keyword you want to plop in there. And also just not be like my favorite tour that I've seen. I've only seen 3 tours, but I liked the Virgin tour probably better. Just her energy, like her personality, I preferred it in the Virgin tour. And so that's what I'll say about it, is like, I'm just very intrigued for the tours to come. I guess I don't want to speak about it too soon before I see what else is to come. If that makes sense, like I'm really looking forward to the girly tour because a lot of people like it better than Blonde Ambition. And I am hoping that I will like it more because honestly, I didn't love every single second of Blonde Ambition. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you. I don't do that. But I didn't love every single second of it. I enjoyed it for sure. And it had absolutely insane moments. I hope that answers your question. um, the second part of Something Beautiful doesn't sound at all the same as the first. Someone said, please play your guitar. There's some chords. Let me know if you have a request. Mariah's deep cuts. Here's the thing, girl. Her deep cuts shouldn't be overlooked. I don't know why I keep saying girl. I've been in a very like girl mood lately. I just say girl to everything. Mariah, you know what it is? I've been watching Scott Kress on YouTube and he says that all the time. I think he's rubbed off on me. Last week I had a dream that you were live reacting to 143 Deluxe. That is very specific. I'm honestly honored that I'm in your psyche. Like, that actually means a lot to me that you're thinking of me when you sleep. Do you like George Michael? I've only heard a couple of his songs. I know I've heard the song Freedom 9. It's like Freedom 90 something or other. I think I actually really like that song. I couldn't like tell you how it goes or anything, but I like the song from what I remember. I don't know a lot about him, like, if I'm being honest. Yeah, I have interest in Destiny's Child. That's another one. I just haven't gotten around to it. Like, I thought I would get around to it by now, but I haven't. There's always a chance I could do it for this series. I have not decided who I'm going to cover next. Thank you. I appreciate that, Todd. Did you see it's been 10 years since How Big, How Blue, How Beautiful by Florence and the Machine? How in the heck is that possible? Did you ever see The Odyssey? No, I didn't. If I'm being honest, I'm not like a huge Florence and the Machine fan. Like, I obviously respect the hell out of that woman. She's incredibly talented, but I don't have that much like desire to go really in depth with that band. It seems like yesterday we were celebrating New Year's Eve. Yeah. I'm gonna have a mental breakdown. Thank you, Alia. Someone said, BGD said, why reacting to an entire tour instead of just reacting to a couple of essential performances just to catch the vibe? You make a 10-minute video and everyone's happy. That would be easier, but I think not everyone will be happy. First of all, that's first and foremost what I want to say. No matter what performances I were to select from the tour, there would always be someone saying, oh my God, you should have done this performance instead. That's just the nature of posting content, and not everyone is satisfied. So unfortunately, I would not be able to please everyone. Second of all, I just think I don't know, whenever a reactor will, like, post a reaction to, like, one performance, I'm just like, "But you're probably missing, like, the context." I don't know. I am in no place to judge what they're gonna do, but I just would rather get the context, I guess, for the full tour. I don't know, I've sort of just decided I'm gonna do all of Madonna's tours, and that's just where I'm at in my life. I don't know, that's what I decided, and I'm gonna follow it through as best I can. Wait, what? I know Gaga is a fantastic artist, but I hate her. What does that mean? I mean, what do you mean? Like, oh, I guess you mean you don't like her, but you recognize her art? I don't know. It seems like a oxymoron. New Mariah Carey album. Yeah, I just heard about it. Taylor Swift has never done an interlude. Yeah, she really hasn't. Really? One of Janet's interludes is called Wind, and it's just the sound of wind for a few seconds. Are you serious? I could make that song right now. Just go outside and stick my phone up and get the wind and then put it in an album, and I guess I should be doing that as my source of income. I'm just kidding. But that reminds me of on the Emotions album. Thank you, Groove Pad. Yeah, like the live stream. Appreciate. So one of the songs on Emotions by Mariah Carey is called Wind, and it's like it does have wind in it. It's interesting. It's interesting for sure. Okay, we haven't had a chance to talk about how Taylor owns her masters. I am very happy for her, I must say. Okay, that's my true honest opinion. I'm so happy because we can listen to the old versions and not feel guilty. If I'm being honest, I don't think any of the new versions have had the nostalgia factor of the old versions. That's just something inherent to the old versions that she can't recreate as much as she tries. So I am really excited to get to listen to the old versions too. I do think I'll still listen to the new versions as well, but I'm excited to go back and kind of relive that nostalgia of like the imperfect versions, like the twangy production, the little immature vocals that hadn't fully developed. Like, I'm here for all of it because it brings me back to my youth. And someone said, Curl. I want rep vault tracks, but not the OG TV tracks. I know they're all going to get the style treatment and we'll be screwed. I need the rep vault tracks. I do. I also would be down to hear the original album re-recorded. I do worry because that album is so like nostalgic and like Baby Taylor and like it'll be cool to hear a new version, but I'm also like scared that it's just not going to have the same feeling to it. Because again, it's like you can't recreate that feeling, even if you try. It's just something that can't be reharnessed. And so I would be kind of nervous to hear it, but I would also like be down. Because I do think debut deserves its moment in the sun. I actually think it's a really good debut. I'm very like biased. Like I realize this, but I do think it's a really good debut and I really like it. So I would really like her to get her moment. Reputation, I do not need a re-recording. Straight up. The only thing I need is the vault tracks. She does not need to remake that album because it's already really good. I think it's a very good album. I don't think it really needs a different spin or anything. I also feel like since it was a more recent album, her voice is going to sound very similar and it's just going to end up sounding like the same thing probably. So I am fine not getting that. Yeah, someone asked, what do you think of that? And I know maybe that's controversial. I know some people are probably like, oh my God, we're not getting rap TV. Like, I'm going to cry my eyes out. And that's fine. That's valid. But I just need the vault tracks. You will love the girly show. Yay! Did I tell you guys? I did. I've been re-listening to Erotica, and it's been a freaking vibe. It might be one of my favorite Madonna albums. I don't know. It's hard for me to pick favorites. Someone did ask my favorite Madonna album. It's very hard for me to look inward and decide what my favorite album is. I've said Ray of Light, or sorry, not Ray of Light, Like a Prayer, because that album just brings me so much joy. Like probably the most joy of all the albums. I also really love True Blue though, which is ironic because like that was a grower for me. I always struggle with like picking a favorite. Yeah, I always struggle. Did I come in at the right time? That's up to you. That's your decision. Thoughts on Fifth Harmony coming back without Camilla? Have they come back? I'm so slow. I have like, I swear every time I get on a live stream, people are like, have you done this? Have you heard about this? And I'm like, where? Like, am I living under a rock? I always feel like I'm being punked, but I know I'm not. Like, people, you guys are not punking me, but it always feels jarring. I'm always like, you guys have to be lying, but then I look it up and you're not lying. 2016 is going to be 10 years ago. No, it's not. Did you listen to Conan's new song? I did. I actually didn't like it on first listen. I mean, I was like, it's fine, but I'm not like obsessed. It has grown on me a lot. So I do like it more and more every time I listen. I'm like, it's low-key a banger. Wildfire by Rachel Platten. I want to say I've heard it. Also, thank you so much for saying my videos are therapeutic. That's like my goal in life, honestly. Like if I can be therapeutic, that's one of the biggest compliments you could give me. So thank you. Welcome, Joe. You hate the Taylor's versions. I know some people do. Okay, some people do. I've never hated them. I will say Speak Now TV had its moments that I hated for sure. But as Vader's pet pig said, some of the songs I do think the Taylor's version is better. Like Superman, I never cared about that song until Taylor's version came out. And now I low-key stan that song to its core. Same thing with just different songs have like spoken to me now. Like Hey Steven, I never really cared about it that much, but then she released Taylor's version and now I stan it to its core. So like there have been kind of songs that have like really grown on me with the re-recordings. Like Today is a Fairy Tale re-recorded. I'm sorry. It's amazing. Hi, Clara. T.O. As a more recent Swiftie, I didn't know I wasn't supposed to be listening to the old versions. That's fine. I do not blame you. But I am glad that, like, I literally have not listened to the old versions once because I was like, I just didn't. But now I'm like back on it. It felt like illegal to do so. I felt like if I accidentally played it, it was gonna like burst into flames. Like my phone was gonna burst into flames. The police were gonna knock down my door and arrest me. Yes. Her letter. Did you guys read her letter? Yeah. I kind of wish I'd gotten on a live stream and read it because like it was really fascinating to read. And I had a lot of thoughts as I read it, but then I just didn't. I was laying in bed. I had just woken up and I was just reading it in my bed. So, but I thought that would be fun. Oh yeah, Max Martin. We miss you, Max. I low-key miss that man so much. I love him. Like he's an absolute icon. What's he doing now? Is he like working with other artists? Cheater. I want to buy the OG 1989 vinyl, but I literally have the 1989 TV, so it's like, what's the point? That's the question. That is the question. Literally. Now I'm like reflecting. Like I have the CDs for the old versions and the new versions. Do I keep both? Obviously, I'm going to keep them. But like, which do I listen to? Now I have to choose. I just watched a video of the Swiftologist talking about Taylor and bashing her and all the Taylor's versions. He is very, very blunt, which some people like, some people don't like. And I don't think he's afraid to call her out for certain things that he doesn't agree with, which I can respect. Like, I don't think we should just blindly like support every single thing someone does, but I haven't seen the video, so I have no idea what that specifically is, but Rep is your favorite Taylor album. I'll never forget like the Reputation buildup. That is how you build an album up to get people excited. Like she went off the face of the earth for like a year. We only got like those Instagram posts with like the black like snake and stuff like that. We didn't get any lead singles, right? We got Look What You Made Me Do. And then like the album was out and it was like I don't know. That was just such an iconic way to drop an album. I really do kind of miss album drops that were that dramatic and mysterious. I think we're missing a little bit of the mystery that we used to get from album drops, and it's kind of a bummer because I just think it makes it more exciting when it's like a mystery and kind of like what's going on and but now it's like all the mystery is kind of removed. Thank you, BGD. Taylor Swift would be what would be interesting with Taylor Swift is the demos, rough re-recordings, work in progress, rehearsals. Yeah, she did share some behind the scenes of the like do you guys remember when she had those videos of her making the songs on Reputation with Jack Antonoff? Those were really fun and like interesting. It's really interesting to see her talk about her recording process or like she had the voice memos for some of her albums where she talks about how the songs came to be. I know country isn't your genre of choice, but any thoughts on checking out Kelsey Ballerini's album Patterns? I don't see that really happening, unfortunately. I have listened to a little bit from her. I just don't really vibe to her music. I'm not an anti-country person. I think it just takes like specific artists to kind of get me into it. Hi from Minneapolis. But I'll randomly like have a week where I like want to listen to all this different country music and it's like so random of me. And then I like never listen to it again. Like after that week. I just have like random spurts. Hey to Minneapolis. Do you think Taylor will release her new album? Do you think Taylor will release her new album 12 next because of the eyes in the letter? This is a good question. I did not notice any of those Easter eggs. Typical me. Every Easter egg always goes over my head. It's just like not what I'm thinking about when I'm like reading stuff, unless it's like very obvious. So I am kind of slow, but I did see people talking about that online. And I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I have no idea, to be honest. I just hope it's more upbeat. Like, I hope it's a more fun album a little bit than the last few. Anderson .Paak is the executive producer. Okay, I haven't listened to a lot from him, but I feel like he's probably on a bunch of songs that I've heard, but I just didn't know it. I could see Taylor releasing a 12th album. I could because I feel like she's just at the point in her career where she's just outputting. Like she wants to make stuff. She's talked about how happy it makes her to make music and to share it with us. So I feel like she just doesn't want to waste any time. Like she put out Folklore and then she very quickly put out Evermore because she had more to say. And so I feel like this could be another situation like that. I don't know if the album will be similar to the Tortured Poets Department. I can't imagine because she already did the anthology, which was very similar. I mean, like a different soundscape, but like in that same mellow atmosphere. So I feel like this will be a different thing entirely. Like, can we bring back Lover vibes? I'm so sorry. Like, can we bring back like bright colors, fun visuals, like really exciting stuff? I'm not saying like bring back me, but bring back the vibes of Lover. Period. Please. Please, please, please. I'm begging you, Taylor. I missed your chat. I'm sorry. It's not intentional. I'm not like purposely ignoring you. Unless you asked something really like weird or something, but I don't think you did. Getaway song or getaway car. Yes, yes, yes. Getaway song. So Joe Barry, your comment was actually what made me want to listen to Something Beautiful by Miley. You commented on my video this saying it's an immersive experience, a lot of sonically unexpected decisions, which is definitely true. I think I just got kind of tired of that soundscape pretty quickly, unfortunately, so it didn't hit for me, but I definitely think your comments are true. Will I be checking out Princess of Power? Of course. Very excited, but it will be delayed because I will be out of town until June 10th, so I will not have a chance to listen to the album right when it drops, which is really sad. Actually, if it comes out Thursday at midnight, yeah, I don't think I'll have a chance to listen right away. Regardless, I won't have a chance to edit the video, even if I did listen to it. So it will come eventually, but do expect delays on that. And especially Addison Rae, too. If I do that video, that will be even later because I do plan on covering Marina first. That is the first order of business. Person, I did like Conan Gray's new single. It was definitely a grower for me. I didn't really love it the first listen, but then listening more, I kind of got more into that vibe. So I actually do like it a lot now. And I'm really looking forward to that album. He posted like this ultra poetic thing on Instagram today about that album, Conan Gray did. And I am just like so excited. And I feel like he has such a poetic like meaning for this album. And I just love that. I love his meaning behind this album. I recently rewatched your Gaga journey and I can't believe how far you've come. Yeah, girl. Yeah, girl. It still amazes me that you took so long to listen to the Fame and then you were hooked. Yeah, it was kind of crazy that it took me that long to listen to that in full. But it worked out because I had a channel at that point, and so it was fun to discover her music in real time on my channel. Yes, but when I look back at those old videos, I'm like, oh my gosh. Oh my Lord. I have like part of me is like feels joy and part of me is like cringing. And that's just the nature of the game. That's always how it's probably going to be. Thanks, person. It is going pretty well. I went to work for a few hours. Really exciting stuff. I did not want to get out of bed this morning for some reason. Hey, Rin. Hi, Gerald. I'm glad you enjoy the live streams. I wonder if you ever listened to Kylie's 80s and 90s music. I tried to listen to her self-titled first album and I like could not get into it for the life of me. Like I am really hit or miss with 80s music, and that was a great example of something I just couldn't really get into. And I don't think I tried any of her other albums from that era, though. I think that was the only one. Taylor will want to make her 13 album her best. So true. Can you imagine the pressure on her? Like, to make that album, like, the best album of all time. What if she, like, I was going to say, what if she didn't make a 13th album? And then I realized that makes no sense. You can't, like, just go to the 14th album. Like, you know how an elevator will not have a 13th floor in the building? But, like, you can't do that with albums. Like, that makes no sense. So ignore me. Okay. Did you plan reaction to Miley's new album? I sat down last night and I tried to react and I just couldn't get through it. I'm so sorry. I know a lot of people love it, say it's her best album. I just couldn't. I didn't vibe with it. part of it is like I had already heard the 3 singles and they were the 3 opening tracks on the album. So it started out and I'm like, okay, I've already heard all of this. Like I really like the song Something Beautiful. I think it's beautiful. End of the World, I'm not really a huge fan of. And so it kind of like took me out of the moment. And then More to Lose was pretty. I did enjoy that song. And then it got into the interlude and I'm like, okay, like we're already on an interlude. I think it just, I don't know. I just wasn't feeling very patient with it too. Like it wasn't that I was feeling impatient, but I just like couldn't bring myself to continue listening to something I wasn't connecting to. Long story long, that is my answer. You feel like the Addison Rae singles were diverse? I feel like they've all been pretty cohesive. Like they all exist in the same world. But I do understand what you're saying. Like Headphones On was a real like bop moment. It was very catchy. It's probably like the most I've listened to of all the singles. But the other ones were more like floaty and kind of like vibey. Yeah, there is a little bit of diversity there. Yeah, so here's the thing too, like Something Beautiful, it's not the type of song that I'm gonna like put on all the time. Like I haven't really re-listened to it, but when I sit down and like intently listen with headphones and all of that, it really is a gorgeously made song. There's a lot to appreciate there. And I'm sure if I had listened to the album, there would have been stuff to appreciate. I just like I can't force myself if I'm really not vibing to something. There are times when I push through for sure, but like I just couldn't. I just couldn't. I'm so dramatic. Does it really? Good Luck Babe sounds like crazy for you? No way. I'll have to listen to that for that. Taylor needs to work with someone other than Jack Antonoff. I could not agree more. I love Jack and like I love everything they've done together, but I need her to mix it up a little bit. Yeah, and here's the thing too, yeah, Mariah Carey, Lamely, like the singles off Miley's album weren't something that I like really went back to and felt super memorable. Like I couldn't really remember them after a couple listens. So I wasn't like jumping on the album. Like that's my personal opinion. Yeah, part of me feels like is this Conan album going to be a more mature like sound or is it going to go back to the same kind of thing that we've gotten before? And to a degree, I love that from him. Like I love his comforting, chill sound and just his honest, sweet songwriting. But I also am kind of hoping for a maturity and a little bit of growth. And when I listened to his lead single from this album, it kind of felt like we were going back rather than going forward. I think that is my biggest critique. I'm just realizing in this moment that that's why I didn't like it that much because I felt like we're like regressing instead of going forward. And part of me is like, have I outgrown that sound from him? I do think I've outgrown his first couple albums. Like if I listen to them now, I don't have the same love for them that I once did. And it's always a bummer when that happens because like I love Conan Gray. I liked his last album too, but like I don't want to feel like I'm outgrowing him. You were filming. What were you filming? Was your question uncomfortable? No, I don't know what you asked. Have you ever heard about Jensen McCrae? Her new album is absolutely amazing, and I think you'd really like her songs and songwriting. I've sort of heard of her. Sort of. Like, I don't really know anything about her. I've just heard the name kind of floating around. Hey, Spunky, I like your username. Have you seen that Halsey and Amy Lee from Evanescence might do a full album together? I think I did see that. Yeah. That would be interesting. I haven't really listened to Evanescence, so I can't really know what to expect. Obviously, I know a couple of their um songs, like uh I forget what the titles are, but I've heard a couple. Um but Walk on Frame. Miley Walk on Frame. What does that mean? Wait, what? Have you listened to Safe Word by Halsey? Yeah, I did. Yeah, I actually really like that song. It's so short. That is my main problem with it. It is so effing short that I have to listen to it like 12 times to even feel like I just listened to a song. Um, but I do like it. It's like the rock vibes. It's really fun sonically, just vibes. Oh, it's called Walk of Fame. Oh, my bad. That sounds cool. The title. The More to Lose lyrics were really interesting. I liked them. Um, I liked the songwriting on that track. Have you ever heard of have you ever tried to react to Eurovision? No, I have not. I don't see myself having time right now. I just have too much other stuff going on, to be honest with you. What's your opinion of tour? On tour? Do you like to go in blind or do you like to know the set list? Oh, I like to go in blind every single time. I don't think I've ever looked up a set list for a tour in my life. I've never really thought about it. Like, I never really think to do that before a tour, but even if I did, I would probably be more interested in going in blind. You guys know I like my blind reactions. I like being surprised. I don't like knowing too much. So I try to avoid spoilers and all that kind of stuff. Like for the Eras tour, I did not even want to know one outfit, one song. I did end up seeing some spoilers and kind of ruining a couple things for myself, but overall, I managed to avoid most of the spoilers and yeah, could enjoy it more fully that way. Um yeah, for Mayhem Ball, I don't want to know a darn thing. Like I don't want to know what songs she does. I don't want to know her outfits. I don't want to know anything. Just to be clear. So like some people will like completely innocently tell me something about the tour. They're not trying to spoil anything. They're just trying to like they're just making a comment and they don't realize that it's spoiling it. So I just wanted to say that. So try not to like let me know anything. If you hear anything about the Mayhem Ball, try not to tell me. I just don't want to know until I'm there. Hi, HC. Eurovision is the greatest music event of the year. It gets more views than the Oscars. I'm sure because yeah, I do know it's an absolutely huge event that gets a ton of views. I just don't have time right now. That's the problem. I just if you're going to Las Vegas, you might be going to the opening night or one of the earlier nights. Oh, really? I don't even know the timeline. Like I just got the tickets and yeah. Am I planning on going to the Cowboy Carter tour? No, unfortunately not. I'm only going to see Gaga and then Lord. Those are my only concerts, which is more than enough. But I can't afford to go to more than those concerts, unfortunately. So I'm pretty sure the set list will be the same as the Coachella. I mean, yeah, it could be, but I don't know. Apparently, I need to listen to When Doves Cry by Prince because that is the song that everyone was commenting about on my video. The Born This Way music videos. Oh my gosh. That was such an experience. Thank you, Omar. I'm glad you enjoyed. That was a fun video to make. Actually, it was kind of stressful, but it was overall enjoyable. Just the editing part was a little bit stressful. How are you? Is everything all right? Yeah, I'm good. I'm doing well. Can't believe it's already June. I have like a trip that I'm going on this month, so I'm looking forward to that. Although as I'm getting older, like traveling just stresses me out more and more, which kind of sucks. Like when I was younger, it was just exciting. But as you get older, it's just like stress, 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 which sucks because a trip should not stress me out. Like it's a trip where I am going to see family and a friend. So I should be just excited. Is it just me or does it feel like time goes by super fast and the summer ending goes by super slow and the autumn winter? I just feel like everything goes so fast. I feel like August doesn't even exist. Like it's just so quick. Are you interested in going on a full discography journey if you enjoy an artist from your monthly discovery? Yes, probably if it's someone who doesn't have 37 million trillion bazillion albums. Like for someone like Prince, I obviously can't react to every single album he's ever put out in his entire existence because there's 40 albums. But maybe I could do a couple if I feel inspired. I would be interested in doing a discography journey for Sophie. Because she only had like a few albums. So I might do that. But yes, if I enjoy someone, I'm always open to reacting to them more if I have the capacity and the interest. But the problem is I like everyone lately. Like I liked Prince. I liked some of the Prince songs enough to be interested. I liked some of the Sophie songs enough to be interested. So that's a good thing. Obviously, I don't want to like be covering people that I hate like their music because that's not fun. It's not really fun to react to some or to watch a reaction where someone just doesn't like anything they're hearing. So I hope that it continues to be positive, of course. But just to say, like, it'll be hard to decipher who I have time for, and maybe who I'm just going to check out on my own or Marina's new album is coming this Friday. I know, I'm so excited. I am really excited. She dropped a couple snippets that I thought were really fun and cute and catchy and just girly. I will be out of town though, so I've been saying this throughout the live stream, but just for anyone who's just joining or whatever, it's going to be a minute before my reaction drops, so don't be surprised if it takes a minute. I will be out of town until like June 10th. So yeah. Am I going to drive? No, we're flying. I think what stresses me out about it is the timeline of just like it's not going to feel like I have a lot of time to do anything, if that makes sense. Like we're going to see family and then I have to like leave early to go to this other place to see my friend. And like, I'm only going to be able to spend a day with her. And I haven't seen her in 2 years. So a day is not enough. So I'm kind of stressed about like not having enough time to do everything I want to. That's the main thing. Like feeling rushed. I hate feeling rushed. And I feel like I'm going to feel like that. But it is what it is. It's better than nothing for sure. I listened to Noah Kahan's entire catalog over the weekend, then watched your 6th season vid. No lie, he's now in my top 3. It's Taylor, Gracie, and Noah. Taylor, Gracie, and Noah, that makes total sense. Like, if you like Taylor, you will like Gracie, and if you like Gracie, you will like Noah. That's how I feel. Because if you appreciate that poetic songwriting and the more chill vibes, you'll definitely be down with it. And yeah, I still love that album. I will listen to it, the songs, whenever they come on. Stick Season is like one of my favorite songs. I absolutely love it. So I'm so glad that you have discovered him. the Noah bug is real. Like, you will want to see him live. I tried to get tickets, but like it was sold out. Like, you will catch the bug and it will probably never leave. I do wonder if he's going to release another album soon, but I'm not rushing him because I feel like quality over quantity. I am coming to Europe later in the year for a trip, actually. I'm going to be going to Sweden and Denmark. I'm so excited. So yeah, maybe I should get into some of the Swedish artists like Robin. Do your music tastes change at all with the seasons? If you mean literal seasons like winter, summer, spring, probably. Like, not something that I'm viscerally aware of. It's not like spring comes and I'm like, okay, now I only want to listen to Lana Del Rey or something. Or winter comes and I'm like, okay, now I have to listen to like Noah Khan. But I will say that, like, generally, like, seasons in a more general sense, like, do my moods change regularly, like, on a month-to-month basis? Yes, 100%. That is why I have I would say a very diverse music taste. I mean, I'm not the most diverse person in the world by any means, but I like a lot of different genres and I like a lot of different artists who have different vibes. I like more calm, chill stuff. I like boppy, poppy stuff. If you see like on my Instagram where I share my reels about all of the like top 10 most listened to songs in any given month, it's like 10 completely different artists usually and like 10 completely different songs. And that is because I just have a very like random taste and it all is based on my mood. Like, that is, I mean, I'm sure everyone feels this way, but like music, my music taste completely depends on my mood. So, like, some days I put on Taylor Swift. I'm like, I absolutely hate this. I don't want to be listening to it. I'm not in the mood for this. Sometimes I put on Lana Del Rey and I'm bored to tears because I'm not in the mood for it. But then other times I put on those same exact artists and I remind myself why they're some of my faves. It just is so interesting, like how one day I can be so turned off by a certain artist and then the next day I'm like having a spiritual connection to their music. And that's why I always say maybe on a different day of the week, a certain album will hit me differently when I'm in a different mood because it's just such a mood thing to me. Thank you, HC. I really appreciate that. I liked your reaction to Prince. Thank you. I thought the suggestion of one person to react to it was interesting. Apparently he likes that song. Yeah, everyone in the comments was like, why it? Yeah, I guess the person just likes that song, or maybe they just thought it would make for an entertaining reaction. I don't know. Maybe they just wanted my thoughts on it. It was definitely interesting. Yeah. I've heard Sign of the Times is a great album. I was just listening to Noah Khan's song last night titled Call Your Mom. And oh my gosh, I was like in my feels. It's such a beautiful song. Jesus, I unfortunately won't be making a video on Miley's new album. I tried to listen to it last night. I tried to react. I just couldn't get through it. It wasn't my vibe. Yeah, I know a lot of people are saying good things, but I just couldn't. I couldn't feel it. Purple Rain by Prince, one of the best albums of all time. Yeah, that's apparently like the best one that people like the most. I will say I didn't really like the song I Would Die For You that much. So if it's going to be like that, I don't know that I personally will connect with it, but obviously that's only one song. So could definitely, like, maybe other songs will speak to me more. Have you done Kylie reactions? Kylie Minogue? Yeah, I haven't done a ton, but I did Tension and Tension 2. Are those the only ones I've done? Yeah, those are the only ones. And I know people say those aren't even the best albums to do, but that's just how it's worked out. Like, I've tried some of the older ones, like her self-titled, I couldn't get into it. I think I tried Fever and I just couldn't get into it. It's just maybe I just wasn't in the mood for that type of music that day, but I just couldn't get down. So, um, maybe someday it will speak to me more when I'm more in the mood for that. But Tension and Tension 2, I kind of covered them as like new release. Like I covered them right when they came out. So that's why I covered both of those, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense. Um didn't like the Something Beautiful album on release night, but by the next day I was obsessed. And sometimes it'd be like that. And like songs and albums grow on me all the time. And this is why it can be kind of stressful to do reactions and then like kind of disagree with what I've said within a few more listens. Like, I don't know, Man of the Year by Lord. I feel like I didn't really like it that much on first listen, but it's one of the only songs I've been listening to like for multiple days. I've just been listening to it on a repeat. So, what's odd about it though is like I don't feel like I like it that much. Like I'm not like, oh my God, but like I've been listening to it nonstop. I don't understand it. I don't know if that even makes sense. Like it's not my favorite song by her, but I've just been listening to it religiously. And I do think it's because of my Lord bias. I think I just have to accept like she's one of my favorite artists. Maybe I will just listen to anything she puts out. I don't know. Sometimes I don't even understand my music taste. Within an hour, I can listen to Swedish metal, American girly pop, Chinese folk, and underground hip hop. I love that. Yes, I feel the exact same. Like the other night, I was listening to The Real Slim Shady by Eminem on a straight loop for like an hour. It's one of my favorite songs of all time, which is going to surprise some of you guys who know that I don't listen to a lot of rap. But I love that song to its core, every single second of it. It's weird. I don't understand what he's talking about half the time, but I love it. So I was listening to that for like an hour. And then a little bit after that, I was listening to like Aurora or something. It was so random. Um, that's interesting. You've been listening to Stick Season. I feel like it's such a winter album. But again, like I said, your mood can change for whatever reason. And like, I actually was listening to a song from it the other night, even though it's June. I feel like I should be listening to like poppy, fun summer bops, but I was listening to like Don't to Call Your Mom by Noah Khan. There are certain reactions I basically have memorized. Really? That's so funny. Cause like there are certain reactions I've done that I can't even remember anything of what I said, if I'm being completely honest. Like there was a video the other day that I was like, I cannot remember a single thing I said in that video. I can't remember what it was, but I've talked about my bad memory. So, thank you so much, Andrew. I'm really glad you enjoyed. I loved making that video. It was so fun. And yes, it was definitely an experience. Yeah, the music taste just be shifting and like like I was listening to Denial is a River by Doechii on repeat a few nights ago. Again, not a big rap person, but I love that song. And then like in the same breath I'll listen to Lana Del Rey. It's just like what's going on. And it's just so interesting how certain songs, I can literally feel like I hate them just because I'm not in the mood for them. And they'll come on and I get actively angry. I'm like, no, I don't want to listen to this right now. But then another day, it's like my favorite song of all time. Like, does anyone get that? You guys understand me. Yeah, I am signed twins with Kylie. We're both Geminis. Yep. Did you hear that a lot of people are mad that Taylor Swift bought back her masters because the record project is essentially over now, which is a good thing because that was the whole point. yes, I know some people are mad or sad or I don't know. I don't pay attention too much to what people say because I'm just at this point in my life where I'm like, I don't care what this sounds like harsh, but I'm like, I don't care what anyone thinks except myself, like my own opinion on the matter. And like, I'm happy for her. So I don't really care about other opinions. Like, I do care about like certain people's opinions. Like, I texted some of my loved ones about it. I was like, what do you think about this? If my friend, like, or you guys like can share your opinions, feel free. Like, I'm not opposed to you sharing your opinions, but I can't let it take up my mental energy, if that makes sense. So especially if they're like just being a hater for no reason. Like they're just like one of those people who don't like her in the first place. And so they're now just finding another thing to dislike about her. I don't care about those people's opinions. But if like fans are angry, if that's what you mean, I don't know what to say about that. I agree with you. The whole point was that she buys back the master. The whole point is for her to own her art, period. Like, it's just insane to me that she didn't even own the music she had created and made from scratch and written and recorded and like produced. Like, I don't think, do people not realize this is like her entire life's work? I don't know. I can't imagine not feeling happy that she has that now, but listening to Bluest Flame and then listen to Venice Bitch. That's such a mood. Venice Bitch. Are you talking about Bluest Flame by Selena Gomez? Oh yeah, that kind of, it reminded me of Charlie XCX. Did you listen to Fame as a Gun by Addison? Yeah, I didn't really vibe with it, sadly. I will say I was kind of half listening. Like, I wasn't like really intently like listening to every single lyric or anything like that, but I just was not feeling it. I will say I do have to be in a very specific mood for Addison's new music. So maybe I just wasn't in the mood again. Most Little Monsters only listened to Lady Gaga's early music and skipped Joanne and Chromatica. Did they really? And then went back to Mayhem. Overall, I listened to all her music. Really? I didn't know that. I listened to all her. Well, I listened to all her albums on my channel and in my personal life. I've actually been an advocate for Joanne. I think it's a little bit underrated. It's a little bit overhated. And I've also been an advocate for Art Pop. On my gravestone, it will say Art Pop was a great album. Omar, I haven't reacted yet, but it'll be eventually, hopefully. I have to do the erotica music videos first. The music videos always come before the tour. Yeah. Yes, she mentioned she recorded half of debut. I think she re-recorded the whole thing, did she not? I thought she said it was totally done. But yeah, I assume she will release that at some point. Maybe that's going to be the next album she releases. I have no idea. She's been kind of mysterious lately. Like, she's not really posting. I haven't seen a lot of like inside information about what's going on. So she's probably taken a second to breathe, which I'm here for. Are there any artists you won't listen or react to because of the person, but the music? Like someone who has been disgraced or certain views they have. Kanye as an example. Oh, I see what you're saying. Not the music, but the person. Yeah, I've sort of talked about this on live streams before. Kanye Kanye, yeah, I can't imagine listening to him, but I also probably wouldn't have listened to him before anyway. He's not really my genre of choice. Um, but I'm trying to think of like an example. A while back, I was gonna listen to Azalea Banks, and then someone said she literally like murdered her cat. And I have no idea if that's true or what the context was or what actually happened, but I was like, it literally made me feel sick to my stomach because I have 2 cats and I love them to pieces. They are my children. And I literally felt like I was going to be ill thinking about that. And so I was like, I cannot like listen to her. I just can't. So I'm gonna move on from thinking about that because it will literally make me feel sick again. But that's probably one example. Who else? Who else? Who else? Who's like the most problematic person ever? I don't know. Oh, I will not listen to Morgan Wallen. I will not. He came out that he had said the N-word, and he then went on to blame it on being drunk and gave like a half-assed apology to people. And I don't mess with that. Like, that is not acceptable to me or anyone. So yeah, I'm not going to listen to him. Not that I would have before. Like, again, I'm not like the country person, but if ever it came on, I would just turn it off. I just have no respect for him at all, to be honest. He always rubbed me the wrong way, but like that really sealed the deal. Charlie wrote on Blue as Flame. Oh yeah. That's funny because I remember I was listening and I was like, oh my gosh, this sounds like Charlie XCX, but I was like, people are going to get so mad at me if I say that because people always get mad when I like mention another artist when I'm reacting to someone. But then I looked up and she was literally on the song and I was like, I knew I was right. But yeah, that it ended up not mattering because I didn't release that video. But yeah. Are you talking about Marina's album? Whose album is coming out Friday? Oh, Addison Rae. Yeah. I'm more excited for Marina than Addison Rae. I think we all know that. Like, I've followed Marina longer. I listen to her more. I like her more. I vibe with her more. But you never know. Maybe I'll like Addison's album more. Like, that has totally happened to me before, where I've like expected one thing to be better than the other and then like preferred the other. Like, it's crazy. I would love if you got around to Brandy's Never Say Never album. I will keep that in mind. I don't think I've ever listened to her. Is she the one who has the song called The Boy Is Mine? In that case, I have heard that song. I have not heard a lot of her music, to my knowledge. Big fan from Mariah. I have more another Mariah video coming semi soon. Yeah. I have Emotions by Mariah Carey coming soon. I have a feeling you will like the girly show much more than Blonde Ambition. That'd be fun. I'm excited for that one. Everyone keeps saying that that's going to be the case. We shall see. Callum Scott. I think I've heard him before, a couple songs. I want to say, yeah, I've heard a couple songs and I have listened to him a bit. Will you make... Hi, Francois. So it didn't work out for a video, unfortunately. I just couldn't really get into the album. I didn't end up finishing it, sadly. So I tried. I did try. But sometimes that just happens. Maybe someday I'll try it again and really vibe. I don't know. Katy Perry is an artist I refuse to stream because of Dr. Luke. I don't really... She made racist remarks, really? I didn't know that. I don't stream her, but not because of any particular reason. I just don't really listen to her. But yeah, I would not listen to 143 because of Dr. Luke, and I just don't like the whole way she released that album. It felt so ingenuine and just like very weird, like very dystopian the way she I don't know, just like the whole vibe of that album feels so weird to me. It doesn't feel like genuine art. Um have I heard Addison's singles? Yeah, I think I've heard all of them. I was talking about this earlier, but I'm really sick of people releasing like 72 million trillion singles before the album comes out. Someone commented in here saying 2 singles is a great amount, and then that's all you need. You don't want to spoil the whole album. And I totally agree with that. I think 2 singles and then release the album. Like, I don't need this whole big a single every week. That's just my personal opinion. So for me, it's been kind of an overload of singles. Like, it's been too many. And I feel like they've gotten kind of lost in the sauce. Like, I haven't had a chance to like really internalize much of them because it's like every 2 seconds there's a single and it feels like nothing's really getting its moment. So I think there's like 5 or 6 singles. It's kind of crazy. I would say, like, my quick opinions on them. Diet Pepsi, I actually really like. It was a grower for me. Aquamarine, I like it. High Fashion, I like. Probably less than the other 2, but I do like it. Fame as a Gun, I didn't really vibe with, but I've only listened to it like halfway through, like one time. So it could definitely grow on me. And then Headphones On, I actually really loved low key. Like, it's so catchy and I listen to it a lot. I found it more replay worthy than the other singles, but I feel like it kind of faded fast. Like, after I listened to it many times one night, I was like, okay, I'm kind of good. Like, I don't feel like it has the longevity of the other singles, if that makes sense. So I guess I have like kind of mixed feelings about these singles, and sonically the album is just not necessarily like my favorite thing in the world. Like, it's not the type of thing I'm going to listen to 24/7, which is totally fine. You know, not every album sonic landscape is going to be for every person. So she can do her thing. We'll just have to see how much I vibe with the new album. I don't know if I will or not. But it is very cohesive in my opinion. Like, it's a very specific kind of floaty, watery feeling. That's always the vibe that I get from these songs. A lot of like falsetto vocals kind of layered over top and whatnot. So it'll be interesting to see if that continues. It's okay. It's hard to type, honestly, sometimes. Like, sometimes the grammar just be I don't even know what I'm saying. Like, my grammar there was terrible. So question, how much are strong and powerful live vocals important to you? Let me reflect. It depends on the artist. It all depends on what my expectations are, probably based on the artist. Like, someone like Taylor Swift, she obviously has powerful vocal moments, but even if she is not having those moments or whatever, like, she's not Adele, you know, she's not like the powerhouse of the world, obviously. So even though she's not a powerhouse, like someone who sings in that huge, grand, powerful way, she has like the drama and the storytelling and the emotion behind everything she does that is so captivating to watch, even if you're not getting those vocals that certain other people do. If you're just going to stand there and sing, I would love some powerful vocals, or at least like some interesting vocals, because you're just standing there. Like, there's not really anything else going on to captivate and make a great show. So you kind of have to give me something. Does that make sense? Like, it just depends kind of on the person. And then we have Lady Gaga, who just does both. Okay, she just does both. She has the artistry and like the emotions and whatnot, but she also has like some of the most powerful vocals. Um who else can I talk about that has powerful vocals? Yeah. You saying you're a Joanne stan. I don't know if I'm a Joanne stan. I wouldn't get too excited. I do like it, and I like some of the songs on it more than others. There are some misses on that album, in my opinion, but I would say I like it more than the average Lady Gaga fan likes that album. But I'm glad that it'll make your sister happy. She's only able to listen to that and Mayhem. That's so random. Like, I feel like those are complete opposites, but hey, to each their own. I love to see the diverse music taste. I agree, but because it's Addison's debut, she's trying to gain traction. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like how Taylor doesn't release songs before the album. Yeah, I would say I agree. Like with Midnights, was Midnights the first time she did that? And it was like so mysterious. It was so fun to be like not having heard anything. And obviously, like as a person who reacts, it makes my reactions more interesting, in my opinion, because I haven't heard any of it. If I've heard like 5 of the songs, it's like it can just be a little bit less interesting sometimes because it's like I already know what the album's gonna sound like. There's less surprise. Unless they take you through a sonic journey, which some people do. So, but yeah, I think I like how Taylor doesn't do that anymore. I will say though, I feel like she's done the last couple albums without any singles. I guess she did have Fortnite. Was that released before the album? I'm struggling to remember. I'm kind of at the point though where I'm like, she can release singles again. Like, I would be totally fine with her releasing a couple singles before her 12th album. I've appreciated like Midnights and Tortured Poets for like giving us a surprise, but I don't know. I'm kind of ready to get back into hearing singles from her because I think she does it right. Like, she gives you often a very interesting music video, like very visually appealing. Fortnite music video was not it for me, but like we're not going to talk about that. But like, Look What You Made Me Do, like that was such a great single because like it was unexpected. It really set up the album to be super interesting, and like we knew she was going to have things to say. She was going to do different things vocally and all of that production wise. And then we also got the insane music video. So it was just like such a drop. So, and same thing with like Me, even though that was like not her best song, in my opinion, cough, cough. I still think it was exciting because of the visuals and just like gets you excited for the era. You know what I mean? Sometimes if there's no singles, I'm like, I have no idea if I should be excited or not. I'm excited for Kesha's new album. She has her new label. True. She has her own label. Yeah. True. I would be interested to hear what music she wants to make. Okay, I think I'm going to do like 3 more questions and then I'll probably have to head out, sadly. I'm enjoying this, but I need to like drink some water. You know what I mean? I just feel like I need a minute. Like I have these ring lights and they just beat on me this whole time and I just like start to get really hot and flushed. So I'm blushing. I literally look red-faced, do I not? Yeah, it is her first album, that's true. Have you heard of Depeche Mode? I've heard of them. I haven't listened to them. The best songs are after Interlude 2. Maybe eventually. I probably don't have a chance to do it right away, but like, unless I didn't film a video. But honestly, I I don't know if I would have enough interest to just personally go listen to those songs. I don't know. There's so much music out. Like I feel like I'm already being fed by different things. I just joined, so I'm sorry if you already talked about it, but did you listen to Conan's new song? I did already talk about it, but I can repeat it. It's fine. Yes, it was a grower for me. I do like the song now, but I just wonder if this new album is going to be a maturing of his sound. I guess that's my one thing. I'm like, it just feels kind of like we've regressed to his old kind of vibe. And as I've talked about, like, I like that vibe from him, but I do hope for a little bit of maturing. And yeah. Okay, 2 more questions or things. Oh yeah, Folklore and Evermore too. Yeah, that was a journey listening to Folklore without knowing anything. I know some people who are really hardcore stans of an artist and they are really excited for albums. They won't even listen to the singles, which I don't understand because I would never be able to. I mean, I'm a hardcore stan of Taylor, but I would never pass up an opportunity to listen to her singles. But to each their own, obviously. Like if you're excited for the album and you don't want to listen to the singles, like you do you. I can understand that to a degree. Like wanting to really take in the art as a whole. Kind of like not watching the trailer to a movie and then just going to the movie, which I totally understand. So I think that's valid. I just personally probably wouldn't do that. Kesha's new song, Boy Crazy. I like the title. That's fun. Sounds like it could be a little bit cheeky. Releasing singles before the album is a bummer. I prefer the video telling you the story of an album after it came out. A little while ago, I totally would have agreed. Like, can we just outlaw singles and like just have the album when it comes out? But right now, currently, I'm at a stage where I'm okay with singles. So, but just not a ton of them. I know I'm being like picky, but like 2 singles, 2 to 3 singles, I'm set. Like that's enough for me to get a good taste. I can really give those songs the attention they deserve. And then when the album comes out, I can fully internalize that. Taylor is the music industry, period. Kylie's most iconic singles? Maybe. I don't know. I think I'm just more interested in other artists right now if I'm speaking my honest truth. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out, but thank you so much for joining the stream. This was a lot of fun catching up with you guys, and I will see you soon for the next video. Bye. Like no one's here. I'm like, okay, hi. Bye.